layered life. Amy, who you're going to meet soon, and I have been wanting to create an honest space for women in any stage or status of life where you can come and be inspired and uplifted to refine and polish yourself inside and out. After much deliberation, we chose the name The Layered Life because we feel that as women, single, married, children or not, we all have layers. Some of those layers are superficial and physical, and some of them are open and exposed for everyone to see. Others are a little bit deeper and more at the core of who we are. Some are hidden and more personal, and sometimes we hide those because they may seem a little bit more vulnerable. As you watch The Layered Life, you'll learn ways to balance all of your layers, inside and out, spiritual and physical. Coming up, we're going to let you all in on our top 10 layers. Because of these layers, we all bring something diverse and unique to the table. When we open up these layers, picture a spring peony blossoming and share our experience, our knowledge, and our talents with one another. We begin to break down the barriers and judgments that divide us and keep us from being genuine with each other and with ourselves. Whether it's learning some new makeup techniques, how to relate to or inspire a friend, trying some new recipes, how to easily spruce up your home, or how to dress for the job that you want instead of the job you have. Mom jeans? Here at The Layered Life, we want to inspire you to become the real, polished you. Make sure to subscribe so that you can follow along and see all the fun things that we're going to be doing on The Layered Life. Now, into our top 10.
Hi there, I'm Amy, and you've already met Kate, and I just think she is amazing and wonderful, and I'm so happy and proud to be partnering with her in The Layered Life. So my first layer is I love board games. I love trivia games. I love everything about like game night. I don't know. I'm not a competitive person. I don't consider myself competitive except for when it comes to board games. I love trivia games. I love retaining useless information that will serve me no purpose anywhere else in my life except for that board game. That heat of the moment, let's beat my brother-in-law kind of competitive spirit. So I love board games. It's the only place I would really consider myself competitive, to be honest. And then I am not the ultimate, but I do consider myself a serious girly girl. I love shopping, I love fashion, I love nails and hair and makeup and shoes. I direct a teen pageant, so I love everything girly and fluffy and feminine, which is really funny because I am a mother of 3 boys, so I definitely hold that role as the girl in this house very seriously, and I take it very seriously. Not really, but I love girly things. And then my next layer is something that I think is not uncommon at all, but I love junk food. I love eating gooey, sweet, baked, just awful for you, good, amazing food. And it's really bad because I don't love to exercise. I'm getting better, but I definitely have to find balance between those two conspiring wills of mine. I love food, bad food, and I don't love to exercise, but I'm getting better. Getting better, I promise. My next layer is I can't handle procrastination. People that procrastinate or put stuff off, I have a really hard time with that, and I don't like to procrastinate except for in one area of my life, which happens to be laundry. I don't know what it is. I know some people that can just do laundry and just knock it out and it's done. I am not one of those people. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. I don't have a problem wearing the clothes and buying the clothes, but I have a really big problem with washing and putting the clothes away. So if you're with me on that one, we're gonna get along just fine. And then my next layer is my favorite titles, things that I hold near and dear to my heart are the titles of being a wife, a mom, a daughter, and a sister, and a friend. I think those are, I don't know, they're major things that define who I am, and I really am proud and happy and feel really blessed that I get to have all those titles in my life. Okay, so my deeper layers, if you will, I get this from my grandmother who passed away a couple of years ago, but she was known for making friends and having conversations with people that she had no connection to at all. People at the grocery store or at a high school basketball game. She just made friends wherever she went. And that's something that I've tried to do in my life, whether it's at a grocery store or a basketball game. I like to strike up conversations with complete strangers. Some of her best relationships actually came from those events 20 years before, where she kept in contact and they sent Christmas cards and they just became really, really good friends. And that's just because she struck up a conversation. So I'm sometimes a chatty Cathy in that aspect, but I embrace it and I love it because that's part of my grandmother, and I like to think that I have some of her really great qualities. So with that, I get this part from my grandfather, who was married to the said grandmother, but I have really loose tear ducts. I tend to cry a lot when I get like proud or emotional, like when I'm speaking or doing, just random normal everyday to-day things. I tend to tear up and cry when I don't really need to. I'm not a sad person, or I wouldn't even consider myself emotional, but I do tear up for really silly reasons. And then another layer, it's definitely more deep concealed, because I do feel like it's kind of a vulnerable, we don't always talk about those kinds of layers. Oh, I'm getting a lot of sun. Is I have struggled, or have dealt with, I should say, not struggled, with anxiety since I was a very young child. Whether it was situational or just kind of generalized anxiety, it's always, no, it hasn't always, it's just been something that I've dealt with, and it can either be kind of pushed in the right direction to make me do better, or to make me perform better, or do whatever I'm doing if I have a little bit of pressure and anxiety, but it can also be all-consuming and kind of debilitating at some points. There was a point in my life where I was kind of afraid to go into public because I was nervous if I would have a panic attack or not. And it's just something I've dealt with, and I'm constantly learning how to balance and not let it define who I am. So with that, I'm also kind of a people pleaser, and I struggle with having people like me and pleasing them. And I don't know, I think as women, it's kind of something that's intrinsic about us. Like, we just want everyone to love us and care about us, and we know that that's not always the case. People are different, and we have different backgrounds and different tastes. But for me, trying to find that, I don't know, again, that balance between just having people be okay with who I am, or really pleasing them and like having them just be my best friend, is something that I've struggled with, or that I deal with. And then lastly, my favorite emotion is gratitude. I love feeling blessed, and I like giving thanks. I love Thanksgiving just for that reason. But to really look around and think of all the incredible things that I have in my life, and I don't say that with a boastful attitude, because I know I don't have everything, but I definitely feel gratitude in my heart all the time. And I think that's one of the best emotions that we as women can feel. It allows us not to compare and not to get down on ourselves when we can look around and really see what we have and what we're blessed with. So those are my 10 layers that I'm sharing right now. I'm sure, and I hope to share more. So hopefully you subscribe down over there and follow the layered life and let it be part of your life. And off we go to the next fun adventure.
So to let you in on some of my layers, I will start with my least favorite, which is fear. I have an extreme fear of failure, and I tend to get really intimidated easily, and that's not the best quality to have. I don't think that's something that you ever put on a resume, because that probably disqualify you from a lot of jobs, and I feel like it's kind of disabling at times, and I've been working on it, and I feel like that's something that I want to overcome. I don't want to let my fears inhibit me from doing anything, or making a new friend, or trying something new. So that, I would say, is probably my least favorite layer that I tend to keep almost hidden, but I'm coming clean and I'm gonna work on it. So there you go. I love to try new things. I always have, and I think it makes life so much fun when you're able to diversify your life and go try a new class or try a new recipe, things like that. For this reason, I would say that I'm not extremely good at anything, really. I don't think that there's anything that I could say that I'm an expert at, but I really have fun doing a lot of different things, and I'm okay and pretty good at a lot of different things. So that keeps my life fun. My next layer is that I have a pretty sensitive spirit. I hate scary movies. I have a really hard time being around negative people because it affects me so much, and I have to surround myself with positive things. Music really affects me, and hi dear. Lucy, go away. Go on. Craziness. The sensitive side of my personality allows me to feel for others, and I feel like at times I care too much about what they think, but it also helps me to care for them in a way that I might reach them that someone else may not. So that's one of my layers that I feel like is a better quality. One of my deepest and core layers is that of being a mother. That sounded really stupid. But I don't know how many other ways to say that one of the deepest parts of my life is being a mother. There's not a whole lot you can say about that because I feel like you could go on for days. I could say I'm so blessed with 2 little boys, and I am. But I also feel that I just have a lot to be grateful for. I feel really privileged to get to teach these 2 little boys that I have, my 4-year-old and my 10-month-old, and feel like sometimes I screw it up and I yell sometimes, and I'm not always the best mom, but I'm so grateful to have their love and to be able to tuck them in at night and know that I'm their number one for now. Not for long, I'm sure. But, oh my gosh. And I'm grateful to be able to call them mine. Lastly, and almost most importantly, is that I believe in God, and I also believe in Jesus Christ, and I think that there's a plan for all of us. And because of this perspective, I feel like I react differently to situations, and I'm able to pick myself up and go on in life more. The end. Yikes. Okay, some of my more exposed layers are, number 1, I love the outdoors, whether it's hiking, boating, running, anything like that, I love. In fact, my husband teases me because I have this secret fantasy of being like granola and having a house in a forest where I have a lake and I have a mountain to ski on and all sorts of things to do. Oh my gosh. I'm at my best when I'm outside and just feel right at home there. Number 2, I love anything to do with fitness and exercise and eating healthy. In my mind, I'm really good at all of those things, and I have my logic totally straight there, but when it comes to reality, I'm really not great at any of those things. But I have a garden and I keep chickens because in my mind, those just help me to eat healthier and to be a healthier person for some reason. I don't know. They're just all linked in my head. Okay, that was kind of crazy. My next layer is that I'm a spontaneous person and I love to do random things. Before we got married, I went and worked at Disney World as a character performer, and it was so much fun. I loved it. It was one of the funnest jobs that I've ever had. I love Disney. That's a little side layer maybe. But I was accomplishing a dream of mine, and I just had so much fun doing it, and I think it's really good to keep things interesting and do spontaneous things. Another thing is I love to sing and dance. It's totally embarrassing to my husband, but I sing all the time and I love to dance, and it's sometimes really embarrassing to myself when I get caught dancing. Growing up, I was only asked to lead the monkey dance in my dance class, and I don't know if that's saying something about my dancing abilities, but I have so much fun with it, and if I get a good beat, I can hardly restrain myself. So that's one of my layers. Okay, lastly, this is a really, really stupid layer, and it's totally superficial, but it has driven me nuts always. And when I was younger, I could never figure out why I didn't look the same as some girls in a pair of jeans. And then I discovered that I have a really long torso and like teeny little legs. They're so short and they're so hard to dress, and that's such a challenge with running. When I ran a half marathon a couple years ago, somehow I managed to recruit all girls with really long legs, and I was definitely the slowest one, but I blame my legs for that. And another thing that it's taught me is that I have to work harder to dress my body to find things that flatter my figure, but that's one of the things that we will teach you about in the layered life. So anyway, that's kind of just a really stupid layer, but it's something about me that's always driven me nuts, but I've had to learn to just love and accept. So anyway, that is it. Those are my 10 layers. That's a little bit about me. All of the latest, wow. No.
What was that?
Blah. Just blah. Yep. Crap. Try mother jeans. Dang it, mother jeans.
Oh, but it was so cute.
Mom jeans. Wow. Okay, mom jeans. Have been wanting shiz. Say that. Crap. Oh gosh, we might need to pause for half a sec. Yep. There are not shoot. Yep.
You're doing fine.
Mother jeans. Why did I say?
So cute. What are
I
you
just like kept
about?
talking and talking and talking. Oh my gosh. Like, shut up.
Ugh.